Nothing encapsulates N.W.A.'s attitude more than the powerful moment where, having been directed not to play their song "Fuck the Police," the group is on stage and Ice Cube turns to drive. Dre with a knowing look and says, "I got something to say," before launching into the band song. This swagger is present throughout all of Straight Outta Compton, a film with a strong point of view to match the brashness of its subjects. The group, comprised of Ice Cube, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Eazy-E, Jason Mitchell, Dr. Dre, Corey Hawkins, DJ Yella, Neil Brown Jr., and MC Ren, Aldous Hodge, are infamous for their raw, real lyrics and strong personal opinions. The film is powerfully resonant, with issues from 1988 still painfully relevant in today's America. N.W.A.'s rise and fall may have been short, but the group's legacy is long-lasting. With outstanding performances and a killer soundtrack, Straight Outta Compton is a highlight of the genre. If you're looking for more like it, here are 9 films to check out. Collider video of the day: 8 Mile. When it comes to fictional reimaginings of hip-hop realities, you cannot go past the seminal 8 Mile. A loose biopic, Eminem plays a dramatized version of himself in B-Rabbit, a young man from the wrong side of the tracks who is trying to make it in the world of hip-hop. B-Rabbit doesn't just battle on the mic, he's battling every day to escape his trailer park home, blue-collar job, problematic girlfriends, and judgmental attitudes of the rap world he desperately wants to break into. The standout track from the film, "Lose Yourself," scored Eminem his first U.S. #1 hit, an Academy Award, and a strong distaste for his mom's spaghetti. Boyz n the Hood. Ice Cube's first foray into acting was the critically acclaimed and commercially successful Boyz n the Hood. The film follows Trey Styles, Cuba Gooding Jr., Ricky, Morris Chestnut, and Doughboy, Ice Cube, as they grow up in Crenshaw, Los Angeles. Each has a different approach to escape their daily struggles with racism, violence, and broken dreams, finding salvation in academics, sports and gangs, respectively. Even though Furious Styles, Lawrence Fishburne, has tenaciously brought his son up to be a forward-thinking and respectful citizen, Trey still cannot escape the gang violence and shootings occurring around him, resulting in tragedy for the trio of friends. N.W.A. was asked about the film in an interview with Spin magazine in September 1991. As the film was made after Cube had left the group and the two sides were engaged in a heated rap battle, the remaining members had some harsh criticisms for both Cube and the movie. Eazy-E said it reminded him of an after-school special, but with cussing, something Straight Outta Compton directly references but cleverly flips into a moment of reconciliation between Eazy and Cube, with Eazy clarifying, "I like after-school specials." Dope nostalgia overflows in this bright, insightful and wholly original tale of growing up in L. A. Malcolm, Shamik Moore, is a modern high school senior living in a high-crime neighborhood of Inglewood, California. Along with his best friends Jib, Tony Revolori, and Diggy, Kiersey Clemens, he plays in a punk band, but idolizes the hip-hop fashion and music of the early 90s. After a chance encounter with a drug dealer goes awry, the trio embarks on a wildly colorful adventure full of Molly, Bitcoin, and science fair projects, all set to one of the best soundtracks in recent memory. Notorious, a film about the life and murder of the Notorious B. IG, real name Christopher Wallace, charting the rapid rise of the rap icon, and the infamous feud that led to his early death. Most of the film's appeal is in the characterizations of the hip-hop icons we know and love, as Biggie's story is entwined with P. Diddy, Tupac Shakur, Suge Knight, Faith Evans, Lil' Kim, and Snoop Dogg, to name a few. Similar to Compton, the young version of Biggie is played by his real-life son, Christopher Jordan Wallace. Juice. The late 80s and early 90s produced a wave of gangsta films alongside a burgeoning hip-hop scene, reflecting a reality that many young African American men were facing. Juice is no exception, focusing on Q, Omar Epps, and Bishop, Tupac Shakur, who are both striving for respect and power in a society that shows them neither. Their worlds spin out of control after a burglary turns fatal, and both are sucked into the vortex of violence left in the wake of this tragic event. The film is a raw and compelling tale that is among the best of the genre. Friday, in stark contrast to his tough and uncompromising public persona, Ice Cube was determined to show the lighter side of the hood with his first foray into screenwriting in the semi-autobiographical comedy Friday. This was F. Gary Gray and Cube's first big screen collaboration after working together on music videos, a partnership that would last all the way to Straight Outta Compton. The film's light-hearted tone, charismatic lead actors, Cube and Chris Tucker, and quotability, by Felicia, made it a cult classic, launching a franchise and cementing Cube as a box office draw. CB4. Similar to this is Spinal Tap, Chris Rock spoofs hip-hop groups and gangsta rappers with his tongue-in-cheek humor in CB4. Albert Brown, Rock, is an aspiring rapper who can't catch a break. That is until he witnesses the arrest of dangerous criminal Gusto and assumes his identity to sell records under the guise of MC Gusto. Rock clearly took inspiration from N. N.W.A with CB4's story echoing that of the band, from the political uproar against their obscene lyrics culminating in CB4 being dragged off stage by the police, to their comically named shady manager Trustus Jones, right down to CB4's fictional single Straight Outta Cash. The film is slightly funny with social critique that wouldn't be out of place today. Hustle and Flow producing the Oscar-winning It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, Hustle and Flow captures the frenzied magic of the recording studio in the same way as Straight Outta Compton, watching our characters create their famous songs beat by beat. Among the flow is also the hustle, as we follow Memphis pimp and drug dealer DJ, Terrence Howard, who was Oscar nominated for his role through his attempts to break out of his usual trades and instead pursue his dreams of being a professional rapper. Although the film isn't based on a true story, it is gritty and realistic, entrenched in a profound sense of time and place with a redemptive arc that is satisfying and uplifting. Menace to Society. Like a darker cousin to Boyz n the Hood, Menace to Society also centers on disenfranchised youth trapped in an unending cycle of violence with deadly and tragic consequences. The behind-the-scenes controversies reflected the issues presented on screen, with Tupac Shakur being jailed for assaulting one of the directors after being fired from his role in the film. N.W.A rapper MC Ren was also meant to star in the film, but turned it down after converting to Islam. The stylized but gritty realism the Hughes brothers brought to the film reflecting the reality of the music that N.W.A made in their seminal album Straight Outta Compton.